Anyways, we will get sad about Joe Alwyn and Taylor Swift. I did record something else. Uh, Comparing two characters from a age restricted movie which I really like. I will probably post it sooner or later. Yeah, I guess. But I really like those two characters and uh yeah. But I hate the fact that Taylor Swift and Joe Alwyn are not together now, and I think that Joe Alwyn was best muse of Taylor Swift. I think that all the music that she has made in that time period is sounds very, very, very different. It's like she channeled music from another realm. Yeah, yes, that is what it actually sounds like. And what else do I like? I love folklore. I love Evermore. I love Reputation. Reputation was so good. Like, so good. It's phenomenal. Reputation album is phenomenal. But, like, I uh, love Epiphany from Folklore a lot. I love Happiness song from Evermore a lot. I think Willow is really beautiful. Willow is a really romantic song. Yeah, yes. But um Epiphany from Folklore is this like this war type of song. Yeah, yes. This Ernest Hemingway vibe. So I really love it. I love that song. Hmm. But I love the one from Folklore more. It's like hmm. It's a good song. It's like I feel enough in what I am. That vibe. Yeah, yes. And there's a love triangle going on in folklore, which I love the love triangle in folklore. Yeah, the only time I love a love triangle is when Taylor Swift does it as a musical in her album, and that too the some of the chorus of Betty was written by Joe Alwyn. So I don't like the fact that they are separated. Yeah, yes, I am a child of divorce. I I really, really fucking wish that I don't know, man, just the kind of music. Okay, do I believe that the song has to sound like the muse? Yeah, yes, yes. But Taylor Swift and Joe Alwyn remind me of my favorite poets. I'm not going to name them right now, but they do remind me of my favorite poets because they were not only artists but they were each other's muse. They were also artistic and muses to each other, which makes a difference. Joe Alwyn is not just a muse to Taylor Swift. No, he is not. He's more than that. Yeah, yes, he I can do a fucking research about it. Get out of here. Yeah, yes, he is. He was also part of the the he was not just the inspiration for the songs, he was the part of the song in a creative way. So he's not just a random muse of Taylor Swift, like that song Enchanted of Taylor Swift, which she wrote when she was a teenager probably. So it has a very like a crushy type vibe. But the song, hmm, call it what you want, the song uh, Sweet Nothing, the song Peter, all of these songs have this very like knowing a person beyond the limit of a muse. Yes, knowing a person beyond the limit of a muse. And uh, also Seven song of Taylor Swift has these lyrics like we can be pirates and stuff. So there's a picture of Joe Alwyn and he has dressed up as a pirate and stuff. So her connecting like the childhoody things and all that. Yes, I'm not over it. Do I look like I'm over it? No, exactly. So if I'm not over it, so we will talk about it. Yeah, yes. And I love everything, everything she has created. When she was with Joe Alvin, everything. I don't even like I said, I get sometimes I get very conscious with some Hindi songs I do. I am music sensitive. Yeah, yes, I cannot. Oh. That Zara Zara song from Rehna Hai Tere Dil Mein, that album, I cannot listen it in a one go. It is too. Oh. It has a lot of intense emotions, according to me. I can't listen it in one go. It makes me feel things. Yeah, yes. But the song Dil Ko Tumse from the same album, I can listen to that. That is my vibe. That song, yeah, yes. So, but yeah, some songs I feel like are very like have a lot of emotions in them. Or maybe because of our music preferences, there are certain songs that make us feel more, and then there are certain songs that might not make us feel much emotions. Like False God is really beautiful. I love False God of Taylor Swift, and yeah, she wrote it when she was in love with Joe Alvin. Yeah, yes. She has made Reputation, Lover, um, Folklore, Evermore, and some songs of Tortured Poets Department. Yeah, yes. Some songs of Tortured Poets Department are about Joe Alvin. So I am not over them, no. And I love all of the music that she has made when she was in this hard, true, deep love with Joe Alvin. Yeah, yes. Hmm. Considering that he's just an actor, Calvin Harris, okay, the kind of expectation, if you see technically, so Calvin Harris was a musician. So the level of emotions that Taylor Swift explored with Joe Alvin and the kind of music which is now present in the world because of the love that they had. Anybody, if they see on paper, then they would be like, yeah, Joe Alvin is an actor, he will not make a really good muse. Calvin Harris might make a better muse than Joe Alvin if we're talking on paper or if we're talking on technicality. But the fact that Joe Alvin, being an actor, still, still became a better muse than anybody else. Out of like all the dudes, everybody know. I love that he was the best muse of Taylor Swift. Yeah, yes. He was the best muse. I say it again. Joe Alvin was the best muse of Taylor Swift, and uh, I don't know. He is like, I don't know. I just really like that he is not much into the fame thing. Yeah, I like that about him. And like I said, even on technicality speaking, Harry Styles or Calvin Harris, like they could be like on paper they could be better muse, but in reality, an actor who does not like fame that much, who is like in his own world, he had his own other type of things, who did not give a shit if she was getting cancelled by the whole, yeah, this Kanye West fandom. And the she was Kanye West has a huge fandom. So if somebody was getting cancelled by one of the most powerful rapper in the whole world, and Joe Alvin still decided to see that person, so I find him very interesting. Yeah, yes, I find him interesting. I find the songs that he was part of very interesting, very very interesting. I love them. I love all of them. I love all the songs that they have created together. It means a lot to me. Everything. Pack 100 of them, I will keep it. And just. She has also explored real feminine rage in album Folklore, which is pretty rare because somebody will think Blank Space has feminine rage. No. Go and listen to Dear Reader from Midnights and Mad Woman and The Great American Dynasty. The Great American Dynasty, Mad Woman, and one more from Midnight album, uh, Dear Reader. Yeah, yes. The songs which actually have a feminine rage in it are Mad Woman and The Great American Dynasty. So, but I like how Joe Alwyn was Taylor Swift's best muse. I love. I don't think that I will ever get over them. I will not. I'm not going to listen to the new. I don't. The world is not a better place because Taylor Swift and Joe Alwyn are not together. Yeah, yes, the world is not a better place without them being together because of how much beautiful music they have made together. Yeah, yes. Hmm. Long Story Short is one of my favorite songs, and she says, no more keeping scores, now I just keep you close. No more tug of war, now I just want you more. My waves wash your shore ever and ever more. Past me. Do, 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 do. I can't. I can't. Because I knew everything when I was young. I cannot. I love them so much, man. I love them. I can't believe that. I don't know. Just. I liked. I liked how much different type of music Joe Alwyn and Taylor Swift have made together. Yeah, I love that. I love. She has explored different sides of herself in each album. Reputation, Lover, Folklore, Evermore. It's like I genuinely, when I heard Evermore and Folklore, I was like, she does not need to create anything now. Like, yeah, that is her perfect work. That was her perfect work up until like now. According to me, that's her perfect work. So just, I was like, she does not need to create anything now. Champagne Problems was a song from, I think, Taylor Swift's POV that she was afraid of getting married, maybe. Hmm. Sometimes we are afraid to give up our liberty. Yeah, yes. And Joe Alwyn's from Joe Alwyn's POV was exile that uh, he expressed his insecurities in that song. Yeah, yes. He was like, "You never gave a warning sign. You didn't. I couldn't turn things around. I gave so many signs. I can't. I don't believe that they have separated, and the fact that I have to make peace with it.